another one. Mabble are back again with another video. Hope you're enjoying our videos so far. We're loving coming to you on a weekly basis and talking to you about all this motherhood stuff. I don't even know, girl.
Hey, how you doing? Sorry, can't get through. Why don't you leave your name and your number and I'll get back to you. Guys, talk to us. Leave us comments below. We want to know what you're thinking so we can do what you want.
Exactly. Because we're here for the people.
That's right.
We ain't here for us. We're here for you. And you. Oh yeah, and you by the telly. And you eating those cornflakes. And you wiping your baby's book.
I'll see you.
See, we're here for you. You know? So,
we are back, guys.
Top tip
For
this video. Okay, so Cheryl and I have this app called 1 Second a Day, and we love this app because what it does is you take a video, you record a video or take a picture of your child every day, and you can actually do it for as long as you want, for a period of a year, 5 years. I plan to do it for 1 year, and it's just really nice because I've had it for 7 months now, and you just see like the growth of your little one. And it's beautiful, you know.
Every day, it's actually amazing.
Yeah. So if you're into that kind of thing, download the app 1 second every day. So what's this video about? Tell them.
Today we are talking to you about the things we didn't know about pregnancy and childbirth. How many mothers out there feel like there was a lot that they were not told? You weren't warned about, you weren't told, you weren't informed about. Guys, we're here to tell you what we didn't know. Share with us. If there's anything that you didn't know, please share it.
Yeah.
Let us know down below and we can even add to it. We're not going to limit it to a number. We're going to see how we go for time. We've actually got quite a few things on our list. So we will start now.
Okay, so basically... right. So the first thing on our list... Okay, so Cheryl and I didn't know. Well, we're still not sure.
Nicole is certain on this one.
Yeah,
I'm just going to caveat that. I'm
She's
not
confusing
100%.
me. She's making me doubt myself,
she knows.
basically. But I know my stuff.
We asked Google and he didn't even know. So
Basically,
how about our video is more informative than Google? Come on now.
All right. So when you're not actually in active labour until you're 4 centimetres dilated. So when you're at 1 to 3 centimetres, you're in early labour, but the hospital won't keep you in unless you're 4 centimetres dilated. And you'll know because your contractions are coming at regular intervals and they're like very strong. That's when, so 4 to 10 centimetres, you're in active labour, and 10 centimetres is when you're ready for pushing.
So for any of you that are planning to have your baby in the birthing centre, if your pregnancy is low risk, birthing centres will not accept you until you are 4 centimetres dilated.
Yeah. And the low risk thing, basically, when you're pregnant, you're put into 2 different categories. You can have a high risk pregnancy if, let's say, you've got gestational diabetes or any other condition around your pregnancy. But if if everything's okay, I won't say healthy, because I don't feel that's really a nice way to put it. So if everything's all right with you,
you don't need a C-section or anything like that.
Then it's a low risk pregnancy. But I was a low risk, but then I got taken into the labour ward because they couldn't find his heartbeat. So even if you're low risk during the course of labour, you might get taken to the high risk section. Just thought I'd let y'all know, you know.
Thanks, girl.
You're welcome.
Okay, so both of us actually experienced this. Wrist pain after having a baby. So basically, as some of you may or may not know, a hormone called relaxin is released into your body to allow your cervix to open so you can give birth to a baby. That hormone does not disappear from your system.
I didn't know this.
I'm kind of speaking from memory, and I hope I'm quoting the right facts. That hormone does not disappear until, I want to say, 2 months in, which is why you're advised not to do any exercise until your baby's about 2 months old. If I'm wrong, please someone comment below on the timing. But anyway, part of that, unfortunately, hand movements, especially wrist movement, picking up your baby like this, is something that you have to do. You can't wait until 2 months. And that then sometimes causes kind of pain down here, and it's because of a tendon, your tendon rubbing against your bone.
I can feel it now, actually.
And it is extremely painful. So I've been to the doctors a few times, and I'm just about to start physiotherapy, but mine is called de Quervain, and I'll write it down below. And yeah, it is just the tendon basically rubbing against the bone. So I basically can't bring my thumb into the palm of my hand. I can take it away like this, but I can't do, can you do it?
Yeah.
To bring your thumb into the palm of your hand, I can't do that. So I'm currently wearing a splint on both hands. I'm not wearing it right now, but I have been wearing it, and then I'm going to start physio to slowly remove that pain. And my son is 7 months, by the way, and that pain is still there. So if you are going through this, please don't just sit and expect it to disappear. Raise it with your doctors. If your doctors are unsure, push to see if you can go and see a specialist, because you do need to start doing physio. If the physio doesn't work, sometimes you need to get what's it called, steroid injections, unfortunately. But apparently that can kind of get rid of the pain straight away. So
but you know what annoys me though, like, you know, when I took it to my doctor, they're like, oh yeah, it's very common.
Yeah.
But why do they not warn mothers about this, so that we can, like, maybe hold our babies differently, or take less pressure from that hand, and maybe use this hand a bit more as well, you know?
Or like trying to pick them up without having put in so much pressure on your thumb or on your wrist.
Yeah.
They don't warn us. But yet you go and they say it's common. A lot of doctors don't even know what it is. So when you go, they'll be like, oh, don't worry about it, it happens. But actually something has to be done, otherwise you'll end up with permanent wrist pain. So you know your body, push with your doctors, because a lot of them will just brush certain things off.
Yeah.
Not saying this to be negative, we're just saying it as in FYI, if you are going through this, others are going through it as well. It's not just you.
Or if you're even pregnant, just to prepare you. Do you know what I mean?
And if there's anything you can do. So even on that, because I did want to talk about if there's anything that you can do to kind of alleviate it. The wrist pain, I would say taking your vitamins. I wasn't, like, I didn't take my vitamins religiously when I was pregnant, and since I had Sam, I haven't been taking them religiously.
Yeah, I've been bad since I've had Ruben. I don't even bother.
But it's so important. As important as it is to take your vitamins when you're pregnant, you also need to take it once you've had the baby.
Start taking them.
And even Pregnant Care do an after birth one.
You can take it for up to a year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a breastfeeding one as well, which is like really good. Yeah, they're a bit pricey, but it's worth taking it. I think it helps with all of this stuff.
I haven't been taking. That's probably why I'm going through this.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay, when I was pregnant, my hair grew a lot, and I had like a little bald patch that I've had since I was 16. When I had extensions during my GCSEs, one of my extensions fell out, so I had a little bald patch. It's a little secret for you guys. But when I was pregnant, it grew. Like, I had no my edges were like on fleek.
Like, hi guys. Yeah, I think boys apparently grow hair.
Yeah.
My hair's never been this long before, but like, I'm just like, whoa. Okay.
Still has grown, but the front of your hair starts to fall out. Your edges are all right though.
Girl, there's a little bit of eyeshadow going on in here.
Oh,
secrets, you know?
Yeah.
When you slick it, then you use a bit of black eyeshadow and fill in the gaps until it all grows back. But yeah, your temples, those two bits, this bit is under here for a reason. They disappear.
So did you get all this growth throughout pregnancy? Oh, beautiful.
My hair grew so much. But yeah, it's called postnatal shedding.
Yeah, and it happens around, I think, 16 weeks.
I don't even know when it happened.
I could be making that up, guys.
Don't
quote me.
I just took my weave out and the hair was just dropping out, and I was confused.
I haven't experienced like shedding in my hair though. It's just the front bit. It's just like Just doing styles.
Just the edges.
Yeah. But it's okay though, because we're going to grow it back. You know what I mean?
But guys, take your vitamins. That's why we wanted to move on to that point.
Yeah.
Taking the vitamins, I think, helps that. Rub castor oil into your edges. Speak tongues. Okay, for those who aren't Christians, just rub castor oil. For those who are Christians, rub castor oil and speak tongues. Father God, bring these edges back in Jesus' name.
Amen. In the beginning, when I had my son, I felt like as soon as he comes out, when we go home, I can play with him, you know. But the actual, I don't know if I was naive or I'm stupid or something. No, actually, I'm not stupid.
You're stupid.
Cool.
You're clever.
Thanks.
Never a problem, yeah.
Aww.
Okay, so girl, you better do your...
Okay, so, but all they do in the beginning, it's actually really boring. Like, don't you think? Like, during the day, they just sleep. And then they wake up. And they feed you. And their movements are No, you feed them. And then their movements are, like, so, like, slow.
Yeah, like very lethargic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, are you okay?
It's not until they're really like 3-4 months they become playful. Don't you think? Yeah, so in the beginning, it's, you know, it's just really, just literally, you feed them, they sleep, they poop.
Yeah.
You cuddle them, you kiss them, you love on them. And that's it really. But then you're not going to get anything really back from them. Yeah.
Even the smiles at that stage are gas, apparently.
Yeah, they're like reflexes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that we go through as mothers, as breastfeeding mothers, is cracked nipples. How beautiful.
This though,
did you not?
Yeah.
How long did you breastfeed for?
Like 3 months.
Oh, really?
And even like, you know how when you were saying
lucky.
about the fever thing, I didn't get that. I just didn't have a lot of breast milk. I don't know why. Like, my boob didn't go hard. Because you know when I came to see you after you had Sam, your boobs were like rock hard. I just didn't experience any of this.
Mate, it's a long process. It's not fun at all. Should I do that one before I do the cracked nipple, do you think?
Yeah, go on, because I've started talking about it.
Okay, so as you guys might know, when your milk first comes in, prior to that, sorry, the first thing that you feed your child is called
macaroni.
No, that's the poo. It's gone.
Shall I Google it quickly?
Yeah. It was in my
scrotum.
That's Because you're coming to tell them that scrotum comes out of the boobs.
First milk from mothers. What's it called? That's not good to Google, is it?
No, first.
What is?
Do first milk. It'll come up. Oh flip, what's the name?
Scrotum. Colostrum.
Colostrum!
See, it sounds like scrotum.
Doesn't sound like scrotum, it just ends in tum. Guys, the first thing that you feed your child is
Scrotum?
Scrotum. I don't know where she found...
It's colostrum, sorry.
Colostrum. And it's like a yellowy kind of substance. First thing that comes out from the mother's boobs. Then, after a few days, your milk actually comes in. So for the first few days, your child is not actually drinking milk. They're drinking this colostrum thing. It comes out in bits and pieces. And because their stomach is so small, it fills them up. When your milk actually comes in, your boobs, well, my boobs, Nicole didn't go through this, but become enlarged and rock solid. Literally, mine were like up here. You could see it kind of against my bone, up here and solid. And it came with a fever. I was in bed for a couple of days just trying to get over the fever. So to try and reduce the pain that comes with this, because anyone that came round to visit us hugged me. Literally, I was in pain because like they squeeze you and you're just like, oh my God, you're like dying inside. Drinking soup. So as the Ghanaian light soup with pepper in it helped a lot, helped to kind of bring out a lot of milk. Also, my mother-in-law advised to put plain flour on my boob. I didn't actually get around to doing it because by the time the flour came, I was feeling a lot better, but it's worth a try. But yeah, when your milk comes in and you feel feverish and your boobs are rock solid, it is something that everyone goes through. My advice would be, if you can express, if you have an electric espresso or a manual espresso, express until your boob is empty, because it's going to keep on refilling, but you just need to feel a bit relieved. So express until you're either empty or you're kind of half empty, just until your boob kind of feels comfortable. But remember that when you're expressing, you're creating a false demand. Your child is not going to drink that much to kind of make your boob empty. So if you're creating this false demand, you need to be able to maintain it, and that means you're going to be expressing, kind of following on. But I appreciated creating that false demand, because it meant that I had loads of bottles filled with milk. So if I went away for a few hours and I left my baby with his dad or with my mum or whoever, they would then be able to feed him, but it was breast milk. So it depends on what you want to do. But obviously Nicole was not getting as much milk in.
No, not at all.
So did you just go straight on to bottle feeding?
Yeah, sadly, I really didn't want to. Like, throughout my whole pregnancy, I kind of wanted to exclusively breastfeed, but I stayed in the hospital a day later as well, because they were trying to get him to latch on, but it wouldn't work. So what I did use was nipple shields, and he was I was expressing to get more of a supply. Like you said, it creates a false demand. And I was using nipple shields. So when I started using the nipple shields, he was able to latch on to that. But after a few months, I think he got tired of using the nipple shields, and he just wasn't on the breast anymore.
It takes a while for your child to establish like a proper kind of latch and a routine for sucking. Also, they get tired. Like, imagine if you're sucking something and it's coming out in small doses, and you're trying to get the most out of it. It gets really tiring and your jaws will start to hurt. So for mums who are breastfeeding, give your child time. They like to take breaks in between. Just because they've stopped drinking doesn't mean that they've finished. They probably want to come back on. And for mothers who are struggling with the breastfeeding and you have to go on to bottle feeding, it happens. Like, not everyone is able to exclusively breastfeed for the first 6 months or for the first year. Doesn't make you any less of a mum. So keep doing what you're doing. I felt really
guilty though.
It's hard. Like, it doesn't. I'm sure it will make you feel like you're not doing the best thing for your child.
So I combination fed basically from the beginning. Maybe that's why I didn't even have that much of a supply, because when you combination feed, it does cut down your supply. Like a mum who's breastfeeding all the time, because their boobs are like constantly reproducing milk, they have more milk. But when you combination feed, because your baby is coming onto the breast less often, they your supply diminishes,
goes down. Like, I exclusively breastfed for, I want to say 6.5 months, and with that I was expressing, in the beginning I was expressing like 3 or 4 times a day, and then cut down to twice a day. But it got to a point where I was getting about 20 ounces per time I would express. So it's just creating that false demand. But also it's tiring, because it meant that I was waking up in the middle of the night and having to express because my boobs were so full. And I got small boobies, guys, but you know. But yes, as we've spoken about breastfeeding, your nipples can become very sore and cracked and even bleed because of how much your child is sucking on them. So the most important thing is try and keep your nipples moist, because imagine like this baby's saliva and also the milk coming onto it. If you're not cleaning it as well, it can become very dry. So as your child finishes feeding, wipe your nipple with like a wet damp cloth. And then also, the love of my life, I don't know if you can see it, the lighting is so bright. I'll probably put a picture in the video, but it's called Lanolin by Lancino. I say use this 2 weeks to your due date, and then use it kind of religiously after you've had your baby while they're breastfeeding, after each feed. The child can go on to the boob while this is on it. You don't have to clean it off before you feed them, but it helps keep your nipple moist and prevent the cracking.
All right.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed our video.
Like it,
comment,
and
subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.
Until next week.
Yeah. Ooh. Basically, the way your child, the routine that your child has in the womb, is very similar to the routine they have when they're first born. And Sam wouldn't.
Yeah, circumcision.
Do.
This is a controversial one because there's going to be people who watch this that think controversial.